get to do it again. Okay, I'm Melissa Chataigne, stylist and speaker, and I'm so excited to be here. Style with Purpose has been a passion project of mine for some time, and I'm so excited to finally get it off the ground. I'm a stylist, blogger, motivational speaker, and here we go, it was the first show. So you're probably wondering, what is Style with Purpose? After November 8th, I was feeling super depleted about the state of the world, like most people, and I was feeling that everyone was using Facebook as a way to complain about life on such a macro level, and not realizing that we actually can take control of our lives and what's happening in our community on a micro level. Facebook is a way to do so, and actually taking it into our own hands and getting involved in our community is a way to do it. So I decided Style with a Purpose, gathering all my resources and network community to get involved in the community and actually do something about it, is part one. Part two is Racked LA did a fantastic piece on Michelle Obama, which I learned that every piece of clothing that she wore during her time in office had a political statement. Whether it was her red carpet gown for Jason Wu or when she wore Dolce & Gabbana, it had a meaning, a style with purpose, which is something that I hold true when I style my clients on a day-to-day basis, that I want everyone to dress with intention, dress with their authentic style, and style with purpose. And three, that's what I try to instill in my style workshops in speaking engagements across the country, that everyone should dress with meaning. How are you presenting yourself? What is your mission? And each episode of Style with Purpose will be that. So, Style with Purpose was born. One, it is a community of creatives coming together to give back on a micro level by doing monthly community events, which I'll be curating to start, and hopefully will be growing. Two, it's a network of professionals to support each other and grow and up-level themselves for success, because that's what it should be. Women supporting women, men supporting men, and growing together as a community, which is so important. You know, for people that don't support each other, you really can't grow. And that is just how I live my life, supporting myself and the people that I work with, including our guest today. Always uplifting each other is so crucial. And three, it's a live Facebook show. I interview creatives and entrepreneurs about how they rose to success, their failures, their struggles, and I get to take a sneak peek inside their closet, which is kind of the basis of their style and where it all begins, which is kind of amazing. So Style with a Purpose is here. So join our community now by signing up on my Facebook group, which is facebook.com/groups Style with Purpose, or you can find out all the information by going to stylewithpurpose.tv. So here you go. Now, have you ever looked at someone and thought, gosh, they always have it together. Like they just always are this perfect brand, and they just are always so successful, and they just have it together, and you're just so envious of them, and you're like, how did they do it? I mean, when you think of maybe an ideal celebrity, like a Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt was just always this sexy Hollywood god of Brad Pitt, but was he ever that small town Minnesota or Missouri guy that was like working at a gas station or pre-Thelma and Louise? I always laugh when I think of the story of Christoph Waltz from The Inglourious Bastards. When he was at the premiere on the red carpet, an interviewer came up to him and said, you know, how do you feel after blowing up this overnight success? Like, congrats on your overnight success. And he turned to the interviewer and said, overnight success? I've been doing this for 20 years. I think a lot of times we look at these stars and think that they had this overnight success and things just happen to them in a flash, but it really takes grit. And today's guest has grit. She is the queen of grit. While she was modeling in New York, things went a little bit astray, and she, you know, gritted her teeth and founded her company out of her kitchen and made shit happen. And I'm so proud of her. And she relocated back to California, got together with her fellow boss babes, and created Model Meals, and now it's a huge success. And I'm so excited to welcome her as we're sitting in her closet today, Danika Brysha.
Thank you. Oh, you're so cute. Thank you for having me. What an honor. Episode 1.
Episode 1. months.
Girl, it's never, you can't have a good live show without a couple glitches.
I know. I was like, no one can hear us, but we're here.
No, thank you for, I was going to say thank you for having me, but you're in my house. So
I know.
Thanks for coming over.
Thank you for letting me, like, be in your house.
And it's actually, like, a really big accomplishment that you only have, like, one dog hair from Kingsley on you.
Oh my God, he's the cutest dog ever. I know. Well, thank you, beautiful.
Yeah,
I
thank
really
you.
appreciate you being here. So, people may or may not know who you are, but you have done so many things in your life. Number one, you are a sexy curve model, which I even hate putting a quantifier on it.
I know.
But like,
I think it's good, though.
It's good because she's like curvilicious. I mean, she's this gorgeous bombshell,
Yeah.
but she's like,
Thank
and
you.
then some. Like, she's not like one of those basic skinny bitches, but she's like, and then some. You know, she gives us inspiration to the rest of the world. And she also has a meal delivery company. You have this meal delivery company with your partner, Camille, called Model Meals, but
Yes.
you're the founder, which
Yes.
is incredible. And you have a gorgeous, sexy man in your life.
I do.
And you're an amazing speaker in your own right, spreading
Thank
body positivity and love goals all around the world for other women. But, you know, tell us about how you got started as a model.
Yeah, well, I always wanted to model. Modeling was a dream of mine since I was a kid, and I think I saw the media, and I saw what the media said was beautiful, which in that time was size 0, size 2, and I think I never felt beautiful because I was kind of a curvier girl, and always tall, and so I thought, you know, and people would tell me I had such a pretty face, which to me was always like, well, what about the rest of me? Like, you know, it's like kind of separating out
Butter face
your
with butter body.
Yeah, oh my gosh. And so I think I kind of decided that, hey, if I could be a model, if I could lose this weight that's the problem, then maybe I'll be happy, you know, and I took that really seriously, and so I spent probably 10 or 15 years trying to be a model, and what trying to be a model means is essentially I spent that time trying to lose weight, and so I fought my body and eating disorders and that for so long, and I got to a point where I was like, you know what, enough's enough. I kind of let myself settle, and I'm 5'10", and I wear a size about 12, 14, and I was at Bank of America in Los Angeles, and I was approached by some modeling agents, and they asked me if I ever thought about plus size modeling, and so I signed with them. That was in about 2011.
Wow.
So 6 years ago.
Wow, already. Yeah. Okay. And what is it like in your day-to-day, like, modeling life? Like you get up and you're like, you just jet off somewhere? Like,
yes, every morning. No, it's funny because now I juggle Model Meals and modeling, and then sort of my personal brand as well. I know it's warm in here.
Sorry, I'm like,
I know. So it depends because I have I'm with an amazing agency, IMG Models.
which is like the Boss Babe agency, which has all the best of the best.
I always joke like
so
they
kind
have
of like dream.
Giselle,
Yeah,
and
like,
you know, and all the Adriana,
like Candace,
and
right?
yeah, everyone.
Oh,
So
like the best.
I always feel like, I joke that I always feel like Alice in Brady Bunch at the end, where she like comes into the middle square and she's looking around and she's like, because if you go on the website, it's just squares of faces, you know. And I'm like looking around, like, how did I get here? So that's kind of like, but truthfully, you know, they've been amazing. My agents are in New York, so with modeling, I'm typically shooting anywhere from like 1 to 3 times a week, and it's usually somewhere that I fly to. So whether it's New York or Boston or San Francisco, but I'm not this week. Next week I'll be in San Francisco. But
I'm glad you could squeeze it in.
Yeah.
Well, that's Amy, do we have any questions from anybody?
Amy's over here.
Yeah, Amy's over here, our assistant. She's helping us today.
She's juggling a lot of things.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure they modeling questions. Okay, so you were at NYC, you were modeling, your body was changing up and down because you're trying to figure out like your normal weight, and then you lost some contracts, kind of went into stress mode, then you created Model Meals.
Yes.
And then, how's that? Like, you created Model Meals, but like life wasn't like golden for you at the time.
No, it was a struggle, and you know, people get confused kind of because I found Whole30. I found this cleaner, healthier lifestyle.
Yeah.
But I was such an extremist, and I was so hard on myself. And for me, I was so like, I didn't socialize. I was just kind of like.
You could be in New York City and not socialize.
No, I did nothing. I didn't drink for a year. I didn't watch TV for a year. I shouldn't say I didn't socialize, but I really changed my lifestyle, but I was really extreme with it, and as a result I lost probably about 30 pounds, and I lost like all of my modeling jobs.
Wow.
So then I'm living, I was making 6 figures, and all of a sudden I'm making nothing overnight, and I have a $3,000 a month apartment in the West Village.
Ooh,
But I was so passionate about this new way of eating because it changed my life so much, and so I was like, how am I spending my time already? And I was cooking and having dinner parties and sharing my journey on social media, and so I thought, maybe I'll cook this food and deliver it to people because they have so many questions about how to do it for themselves. So I was like, I'll just give them the food first so they can feel what I'm talking about. Yeah. And so it just turned into a meal delivery business. So I would just cook out of my apartment in New York and deliver. But I got to a point I was 3 months late on my rent, like getting those crazy notices on the door. My landlord or superintendent, he was so supportive. He helped me install a second refrigerator in my kitchen, and like I would rent my place on Airbnb
this
on
is
the
the thing
weekend.
that, like, I hear this story when our back has been against the wall. Like, this is it.
Yeah.
Everyone knows the story. It's the leap between like doing the job that you have and the job that you want to do. Your back is against the wall. You're about to lose your apartment. You want to have this new business. You know you're not modeling like you used to. Like, that takes grit. Like, was there any point where you're like, I can't do this anymore? Like, I'm gonna die? Like, did you go into depression? Like, how did you make this through?
Yeah.
Because like, you're like, okay, I'm fine. I'm doing model meals now, but like, really?
Yeah, it was
like,
tough.
Let's break it down here. Like, how did you get through this time?
It was really, really tough. For me, I've always struggled with food, and food is like kind of a gateway. It's like food is like my like red alarm to pay attention to how I'm eating and then understand what's going on.
Like,
inside.
food is your drug.
Yeah, food's my drug, and it.
Like,
and
for me, like, I used to be like, when I was sad, I would be like, I'm gonna go out and hook up with a dude.
Yeah, totally. And
So, like,
we all had different ways.
Yeah.
But I saw the way I was like binge eating, and I was binge eating really healthy stuff, like good foods.
Okay.
And but for me, I think I was very depressed, but like I would not ever allow myself to say I was depressed, sort of thing. Like I was like, I'm not a depressed person. I'm not,
Yeah.
But like I really was, and I probably needed some help with it, But I was really just set on going inward, and I spent that year in New York. I call it like the University of Danika. It was this 1 year-long self-experimentation that basically built the foundation for everything that my life is now, and it was really hard. But it's gifted me what my life is today. So
was there ever a plan B? Like, was there ever like, if this didn't work out, I'm gonna go back and get a corporate job, or
No.
I'm gonna do this?
No.
Like, you never can see yourself at a desk. Like, there was just never that point of B.
Well, I do sit at a desk like all day.
Well, yes,
it's
a different story.
But I know what you're saying. Yeah. No, I mean, it's hard
Did you
to
think
think
you were gonna model again?
Yeah.
You just knew.
Yeah, I did. I've known with certainty, and I think that's what's gotten me to this point, is I have always known, and I have never, no matter what anyone else tells me or anything around me tells me, I have always known that I would do really big, great
For
things.
the technical difficulties, I was using Switcher Studios, and Switcher has failed me. But it's okay. I'm back live with Danika. We are back in her closet. We are having a conversation about grit.
Yes.
And her transition from when things were kicking ass to when they went sour. And she was basically continuing on how she just had this ongoing feeling in her stomach that there was no plan B for her. Like, there was nothing else that she can do besides be awesome. Like, there was, that's it.
That's
she knew she had a greater purpose in life, that she was never going to be a desk girl. She knew she was never going to be an assistant. She just knew she was going to be a model and a businesswoman. You want to continue?
Yeah, I mean, well, I did a lot of, don't get me wrong, I was a production assistant for a long time, and I did a lot of that stuff, and I think
but not that long.
I think that's necessary.
You just turned 30.
I just turned 30, yes.
You've done a lot for 30.
I worked at In-N-Out Burger for years. I loved that job.
Yeah, but honey, listen, you're 30. I'm 35. I'm okay to admit that. I'm 35, and I spent 5 years partying my butt off.
Me too.
Like, doing the Hollywood thing, hooking up with a lot of dudes. God bless you, Robin, my husband right here. I love you. But, like, I was a lot of a hot mess for a while. Yeah. And so I don't think, like, I really figured it out till I had this shook up when my sister passed.
Yeah.
Where I had this wake-up call where I was like, I needed to just get it together. But it's like, I feel like a lot of people are not like that. You're so together at 30.
Oh, God. It's so funny because even when you were introducing me earlier, I was like, who's she talking about? She was like, when you look at someone and they've got everything figured out, I'm like, who's she talking? Because you don't feel that way, And truthfully, like, I have so much of my own shit, like, still going on, but what I really believe in is manifestation and creation. And are we live? Or are we live?
I really think you should check it again.
We're
Oh my
checking
God.
just to make sure. Sorry guys.
Oh,
2017.
it's not on my personal page. It's on my page.
I went back to that one.
Okay, well I'm just gonna talk. No,
Yeah.
but for me it was I had a deep knowing that that I was going to create my dream life, and I never wavered. Like everything might have been telling me that to give up, or that when you're that in debt and when you have to move into your parents' garage at 28 years old for 2 years, it's tough. And so, but I don't know, there's something in me, and I don't know where it got instilled. It feels like it's been there forever of what I was going to do and how I was going to influence, and I think we all have that, and there's just this difference between taking the action and then...
There's people that don't have that. I'm going to say this. My sister, she was 21 years old, straight A student at Marquette University. I was the mess. She had it together.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
She was 3 credit hours shy of graduating, and she
Yeah.
committed suicide because she couldn't see past what she was going to do at graduation. She was so overwhelmed about, the graduating and getting a job and whatever, and she just was so, and granted, she suffered from depression and bipolar disorder, and a lot of people suffer from depression because you say, everyone has it in her, but some people just make it and some people don't, and I mean, God bless her, I love her, this is my heart, and she was my everything, but, at the end of the day, not everyone has that in her.
Yeah, and
Right.
I want them to.
I know, and that's why I changed my life. Instead of doing styling celebrities, this is my mission.
Yeah.
Speaking and helping women find their style and
Yeah.
find their confidence.
Yeah.
That's my mission, because that's really what it's about, because I never want someone to go through that, because I still have it. My back is against the wall, shit, am I really going to do this? I can't even host a show without the camera going
This
out.
is great.
Do you
It's
know
not
what
your
I mean?
fault.
But let's just talk about it. It's like that. What is it in you that makes you move forward and get up the next day? I mean, we all have our freak out moments, but it's
I
that
think
manifestation and
yeah, I think those rock bottom moments are what drive us there. Sometimes I feel like you have to get there. I was in so much pain emotionally, financially, I was so stressed. When I was doing model meals, I didn't have the money to pay a cab $5 to drive me from the grocery store home with my hundreds of pounds of groceries for model meals. So I would take the subway and I would carry all these bags, and my dog's food is 40 pounds. And I have that on my back, and you kind of make it. But when you struggle that much, but here's the truth: I don't think we need to struggle as much as we think we need to struggle.
I agree.
We just do it because
simple.
we feel like that adds value. We feel like, if everyone sees me struggling and working really, really hard, then I'm going to be successful. And it's not that. It's you have to work smart.
Yes, I always say work smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be this complicated. And a lot of times we put ourselves in positions of buying things we can't afford
Yeah.
and stretching ourselves too thin that put
Yeah.
us in this position. Okay.
Totally.
Let's turn the page a little bit, and let's talk a little bit about model meals. I mean,
Sure.
you found a niche in a market that was needed, because model meals, number one, it's Whole30 approved.
Yes.
Which is incredible, because a lot of people that are trying to eat healthy, I mean, I tried the Whole30, I found my biggest struggle is I can't go out to eat, I can't do this, I can't eat that, and I don't have to think about it when you do model meals.
Yeah.
It's easy, and it actually is good portions, and it tastes good. I've tried them
Thank
all.
you. Yeah.
It really does taste good. Look at my
Long
husband's
time.
nodding in the back,
Long
because
time.
it's one of those things that's you get those things that taste processed,
Mhm.
and it tastes like real food, because it is real food, and you don't have to think about it. And the thing that I like is portions that you're busy. We're busy entrepreneurs. We
Yeah.
don't have time to
Yeah.
deal with the cooking, the preparation. You can just toss it in the oven,
Totally.
toss it in the microwave if you really want to. But
I do it.
I
I'm
do.
guilty.
I do too.
Sometimes.
But then you can just go.
Yeah.
But with model meals, you found a niche in the market that was needed,
Yeah.
and it's blowing up.
Well, we have an amazing team. We have it's been, we'll be 2 years old in August, formally, since from when we launched in California. I kind of joke, the little New York segment I did for 4 months, I don't really count as model meals. It was illegal in my apartment cooking. But it was. That was where it was birthed. But the real, kind of core of model meals, it was started here. So
Yeah.
we'll be 2 in August. And, for me, I believe in creating if something that you need or want doesn't exist, that's like a gift from the universe being create this. And for me, it was just when I moved back into my parents' garage in Newport Beach in 2015, I was so defeated. Like I was, you know, I owed my parents a bunch of money, my grandparents a bunch of money. I had my taxes. I was so like below.
Yeah.
And I don't know that I necessarily thought I was going to open Model Meals again, but then the need popped up again because I was living in this tiny garage like apartment. All I had was a mini fridge and a toaster oven, and I was like, God, if I had, but that, it was still really important for me to eat that way. And bless my mom's heart, but she's like OCD clean. So every time I'd cook in their apartment upstairs, where I lived below them, she would like freak out on me about how messy it was. So I was like, I can't cook. I need to eat this way. It's very important to me.
Yeah.
And so again, Model Meals came in. And then as an entrepreneur, as I've grown the business, realizing again that, wow, when I eat this way, not only do I save the time in cooking and all the stuff of the actual process of getting the food together, but my energy, because of this sort of fuel, with that clarity, I get more work done in an hour than I would in 4 hours. So,
and I think it's not even just for entrepreneurs, it's just for busy people,
absolutely.
busy moms, everything.
Yeah, totally.
So, as a bonus to everyone watching today, we have a little treat.
Yeah.
Everyone, $25 off your first delivery, which is really, really generous. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Model Meals. You have to use the code Chataignestyle, my last name, style, and it's good.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Love to have you guys.
Yes. So please try it out. It's really good. It's changed the way that we eat at home. It really saves me, especially when I have busy weeks and I travel and I'm with clients and I'm eating in the car and I'm just...
I take credit for your gorgeous skin.
Oh, yes.
That was all me.
Or this fixing
None
glove.
of her.
Yes.
Yes.
That's it. It's all her. Okay. What are 3 things that you would say has been the biggest challenge to you as growing Model Meals?
Learning to work with people. I think when you get bigger, you get more employees, and we have about we'll have about 25 employees in the next week.
You're responsible for everything for their, you know.
Yeah, and it's hard. People have different personalities, and especially when, you know, I started it with this idea of exactly what it was, and then it grows and it changes, and there's different inputs, and they're really valuable inputs.
Yeah.
And you're not always right, and you don't always have control, you know. And I've never put my foot down to like, well, I've never done that because I'm not always right. My business partner Camille is a freaking godsend. The girl gets like 1% of the credit, and she does more than 50% of the work. Probably, she's so good. She does the numbers. She's amazing. And so for me, it's learning to work with people, employees, and making sure you're nurturing every single person, because that's a full-time job in itself. But I cannot take care of every single person at the same time, because I can't take care of myself.
Yes.
So that's one big challenge. Second challenge would probably be not paying ourselves for a year. We didn't pay ourselves for the first full year, maybe it was almost a year and a half. And I lived in my parents' garage. I only moved into this place 2 months ago. So I've been living in my parents' garage for all that time, and then I'd fly and do modeling. And I rebuilt my modeling career, which is worth mentioning. I stopped being so like strict on myself, and I let my body settle, and I just really focus on feeling good and being healthy, but not depriving myself. And my third struggle with Model Meals, learning about meal delivery, I guess in general, what translates. We had an issue this week. We had a pokey cauliflower bowl, and cauliflower, when it's cut and you don't eat it right away, it smells. And so it didn't translate as well. Some people, some people loved it, some people hated it, but you're really learning actually what works. And meal delivery is very different than a restaurant. So that and delivery, I mean, it's a whole conversation.
There's something that I love about you, and I actually started adopting it in my life, that you do in the morning with manifestation.
Big manifestation right here.
Big manifestation. That it really was a game changer for me. I struggle with getting up, grabbing my phone, going into the day, and it's a really bad habit. We've been trying to break this at home, keeping the phones out of the bedroom, really connecting in the morning, and then just meditating. But going a step further, you did this at your birthday, which I loved. But
my not so dirty 30.
Not so dirty 30. It was like the best, most fun 30th birthday ever. Which was like happy, fun yoga.
It was a blast.
Jewelry making, bonding with amazing women and men. But something that you do, which I want everyone to take note of, which has changed my life, and I want to thank you for that, is getting up in the morning and writing a letter to yourself about your success and who you are going to be.
Yeah.
I love this.
Thank
you want to go into more detail about it?
Yeah, like to make a long story short, I somehow gradually over the last 3 years created this thing called my daily self-care checklist, and it's just a list of things that I know it's basically my prescription. Like if I went to the doctor and they said, here's your prescription for having a really good day. And for me, that really good day looks like meditation, gratitude, movement, eating clean, affirmations, all that stuff. So one of the things that I put on there was I write a biography of myself from the future. So I typically tend to write it from like 5 years in the future. That's just 4 or 5. That's just where my head goes. But I'll say Danika Brysha is a serial entrepreneur, best-selling author, supermodel, and media personality. Her sold-out workshops across the globe are helping people change their lives. They're manifesting their dream life, and she is, you know, whatever it is. She lives here. Her net worth is this. She drives this car. She's this. This is how she feels.
Yeah.
And then I take that a step further, and I usually will write. It's almost like a journal entry from the future. So it doesn't have to be on that day that I describe, but it really is like, you know, and it's an average day in my future. I'm like, you know, I just woke up. I can't believe that my life is truly perfect. Like I've created this dream. This is the life of my dreams. And then I kind of write about what I'm doing. I'll be like, you know, we sold out Madison Square Garden.
That's what I
We're
always
talking tonight. And sometimes Billy is my partner speaking. It changes. But
I love it because
yeah.
I always, you know, really try to embrace this when I'm styling a client. But when you build it, it will come. And you have to feel it, you have to taste it, you have to believe it. Because when I dress a client, I always say to them, you know, what are the 3 words you want to feel? How do you want to feel when you're when you dress? And then I ask them, how do you want people to perceive you? But like when you really take into account what that means, and if you feel it, you smell it, you taste it, that's how you feel in your confidence. But like you take it a step further when you're actually dreaming it and manifesting it and you're living it, that's when you actually manifest it. Like that is like the true definition of manifestation.
Yeah.
So I started doing that with like how I want my day to be. Like when I wake up, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Like how is my flow of my day? Like I'm getting up and I'm seeing my husband, or I'm waking up in Paris, and instead of like, and then I have a conference call for my workshop, you know, in the United States, instead of like being there. And then it's like you just get to dream, and like that is ultimately living the life that you envisioned.
Yeah.
And that is a true manifestation.
I love that you do that.
It. No, I took that from you, and I'm like, I started doing it, and I have just a notebook that I get up, I go sit, I get up, I meditate on my beanbag, and then I go sit at the coffee table, and I write in this notebook, and I do it, and it really has changed my whole being. So thank you.
You're welcome.
It's so
important.
So important.
Morning routine.
So
So
awesome.
okay.
Okay. So you are a self-described. How would you describe your style?
My style, I would describe as, oh gosh, you know, I've learned through being a model, especially a curvy model, I've learned a lot more about dressing myself. I have big hips and a big butt, a small waist, so I really like to wear stuff, like any like really big baggy stuff doesn't look good on me because it takes the widest part of my shoulders and the widest part of my hips, and you don't see any of the curve in there.
And I think that's what most women that
they're like,
curvier and plus size, I mean, like me, being close to the studio all my life, like I thought like wearing more stuff to cover me up would be better. No, you really have to accent your waist. Everyone wants to hide it and be like, oh, I have a tummy, I don't want to show it. It actually is a default. It's
totally. And so for me, I wear a lot of crop tops, and not like super revealing crop tops, but crop tops with like high-waisted jeans or whatever.
And then actually my little tip is like the 2-inch, like,
is that the
band?
That's like, what you want?
Yeah, I want that 2-inch band because it actually makes you a little bit more slimming.
Yeah, so lots of crop tops. I have a lot of black, denim. I'm pretty casual. To be like honest, most of the time I'm in workout clothes. So I wear a lot of workout clothes, and now there's so many fun.
Brand that you love?
Oh God. I wear a lot of Lululemon, Show Me Your Moo Gold Sheep. My friend owns Gold Sheep, and they have the most fun. They have the most fun leggings, like avocados and tacos and pineapples and whatever. So
okay,
kind of a mix
I
of
dig
that.
that.
Yeah.
All right. So what is your power outfit if you're going into meeting? I know she has this big time agent at WME that she manifested. Literally found her on Instagram. Like that is like the Instagram model story of the century. But when you're going to see your big boss, like what do you wear? How do you style it?
You know, I'm pretty casual, honestly. Like I'll wear jeans, crop top. I love wearing heels though. I wear a lot of booties because my feet are wide, so they don't really fit in like little strappy sandals. But I love leather. Or like, actually, I shouldn't say leather because I'm not. But
I like vegan leather.
I'm
a vegan
I
leather.
can't usually afford leather, so when I say leather, I mean pleather, but pleather style stuff.
I say vegan leather. It sounds like more elegant. Vegan leather. It seems like you don't hurt the animals. It sounds like vegan leather.
So I have like a high-waisted black pencil skirt. I like anything that shows off my curves. So I'm a big fan of shapewear. It just makes me feel really comfortable. Some people hate it, but I love it. I wear, sort of shapewear.
I know this.
So when I dress up, it's leather. It's basic blacks, whites, grays. Like I like that. I don't wear a lot of prints. I don't wear a lot of bright colors.
Okay, we have a question.
Got a
Little
question.
Sweetness says, but the bigger question is, where are those jeans from?
Oh,
these,
yes.
I'm not wearing shoes, sorry. So
Well, they're at home.
I think you're asking she was going to ask me
ask that next.
what my favorite jeans are.
Sorry, I'm upstitching.
And these are actually high-waisted. I don't know if you can see them, but
High-waisted are the best.
So I model sometimes for Charlotte Bruce, and I modeled their denim, and actually shot these jeans last time, and I was like, I love these. And it's hard to find, if you're curvy, it's hard to find a ripped boyfriend jean that doesn't look really unflattering. So these are nice because they have a bagginess to them, but they're still really form-fitting. So they're by a brand called Miss Cello, Cello. And I'm a cheapo with clothes for the most part. Like, I'm not like an expensive, fancy brand
I'll find a link.
person.
I'll get a link for them, and I'll put them on the Facebook page afterwards, so you guys can buy them. But we'll get them for you guys, Miss Cello.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
How do you balance your social life and eating healthy?
How do I balance my social life and
I have
eating
this
healthy?
too. It's the same thing for me. But
So for a really long time, especially when I was broke, I thought that I didn't deserve. I had like this mindset of I don't deserve to have fun until I'm making a regular income.
Oh, I did
So
that.
I isolated.
My husband does this.
Yeah.
A lot. You don't need to do this.
You're like,
because,
oh, I'm not there yet,
Yep,
so
we're not
I
there, so
can't
we
enjoy things,
ourselves.
which is such a shame. And so for me, I finally let go of that, and my boyfriend Billy was a big catalyst in really like helping me enjoy life and that sort of thing. But I think for me, I'm very, very regimented with my work and my off hours. I schedule in everything, and so I schedule in my non-work hours. I have to, because otherwise I'll work until midnight. I'll work in bed.
That's me.
So
I have
for
a
me,
problem
it's
with that.
scheduling stuff in. It's committing to people. It's I do a lot of active social things. So like hikes, that's like a big thing. I have like a hike plan with multiple people this week. That's something. Or workout classes. So for me, it's really scheduling, and my self-care comes before anything. So I prioritize that in the morning. That is what I do. That the freshest brain. The way I see it is, the best version of myself is me in the morning. I'm fresh. I've just woke up. I'm not stressed. I'm in a great place. And the person that deserves that time is me, and then the people I love. And Billy, especially my boyfriend, he gets that time. I don't want to connect with him at 9 p.m. at night when we're both worn out and tired, and we can't connect and be present with ourselves, with each other. So for me, it's I carve out that time and my work hours at a certain space, and then I stop. And I can't feel guilty about it. I'm doing enough. Like,
I agree. I usually do schedule my things around activities.
Yeah.
So it's like, let's go to yoga.
Yep, totally.
Let's do like yoga at brunch or yoga or something. Like, it's always
Totally.
healthy eating or something related. But
Yeah.
I get you.
Cool.
What is your biggest style challenge? And how can I help you? Being the stylist, you're outside.
My big feet. I think
I have a big feet too.
I
I'm
know.
a size 10. These are.
no, but 10 is good because
I'm
most
like,
brands
actually,
go up
these
to
are
10.
10. These are 10 and a half actually.
I'm
These
okay.
are
They're really
but-
cute. I'm a 10 and a half, 11, but I think I'm also wide. I
I'm
think
a
I also
wide.
wear
I have
wide and had no idea until
Dancer
recently.
feet. I have bunions
Your
and all
feet
that stuff. I have
Girl,
dancer feet.
Look
I'm
great
wide.
to me. But shoes, I go to Nordstrom's Rack and I kind of like, okay, what's here?
Yeah.
So shoes are a challenge for me. Fashion, I do a lot. I wear a lot of sleeves. I don't go sleeveless that much, and so I think for
You said
me,
that, and I was a little surprised.
yeah. And you know what? Like, it's just something. I've always had bigger arms, and it's not like I don't like them. So I don't want that to come off as like I'm hiding them, sort of thing.
Yeah.
I just feel like my proportions tend to be more flattering when I wear sleeves. So I like that. Obviously when I work out, I'm basically mostly I'm in yoga clothes and working out, and I'm sleeveless. But when it comes to fashion, I tend to really like that. I like a classy, a sleek. I like a sleeve. I like to really accentuate my waist. So, I mean, in terms of challenges, probably just finding stuff that really fits. I was never someone who got like a nice piece of clothing and got it tailored. Like, I don't think I've ever gotten anything tailored other than I know.
My heart.
Other than at work, like at model, like they'll
Yeah.
tailor every outfit on me. I'm like, I should probably do this.
Yeah, definitely. I would say invest
Are you
in
mad
a
at me?
tailor. I'm not mad. I'm just surprised.
Just disappointed.
I'm disappointed. You know, I think some things you can add, especially if you love your shoulders, is like a blazer that fits.
I love a
that's
good blazer.
tailored,
I need
you know?
one. That's what I need.
Very good tailored blazer in a black, a white, a good leather jacket or vegan. Invest in yourself. You know, do you have a leather jacket?
I do. I have some
purchase?
I have a few different ones that I really like.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing fancy.
Okay,
but
that's
nothing
fine.
that fits really brilliantly either.
Yeah, I mean, you have to have something that fits impeccable on you.
Yeah,
That's an
and something with
investment
a
piece.
waist.
Yeah, of course. But, you know, you need to make those investments. Any other questions?
What do you do or tell yourself when you aren't feeling 100% confident?
What do you do or tell yourself when you are not feeling 100% confident? Well, that's every day. So, no, you know, for me, like one of the tips and tricks that I use I've mentioned this kind of recently, my talent agents, I have the same agents as like The Rock and Guy Fieri, and which is freaking crazy to me. And they found me on Instagram. And so the first meeting I had with them, I went out to New York City. I walk into this boardroom, and it's like every huge agent in the game. Like I felt like everyone except Ari Gold was there.
That's the scene from Entourage, like literally.
No, and you know, I'm pretty sure Entourage was based off of
Ari Gold.
And we were just, and my agent sits in the office next to Ari's office in New York. I like sat in there doing work one day when Ari was in the LA office, and I was like, what? Like, where am I? But I remember I had this huge meeting with book agents, modeling agents. It was just every agent. It was a huge opportunity for me. And so what I did was I got there a little bit early, and I brought a journal, and I wrote, after I started writing affirmations, I am confident, I am inspiring, I am glowing, and I started, like, all that sort of biography stuff, that affirmation stuff. The more you tell yourself that, the more you'll step into it. So I can decide how I want to show up and how I want people to perceive me by writing it down and deciding it. I walk in, and this is who they're going to see.
I think a lot of people forget that.
Yeah. We can choose.
We can choose.
It's the energy you put off.
And then you do the Wonder Woman stance, which I always love.
The what?
The Wonder Woman stance before you go. Like the elevator, like, you got to do it.
Hell yeah. I love that.
It really uplifts your whole spirit and energy.
Totally.
I do it in my workshops. The girls think I'm crazy, but I get you. Every single girl at the end of the day is doing the Wonder Woman stance, standing proud, and then they own it.
I love it.
I want everyone at home right now sitting to get up from your couch or at your desk and stand up before you go into your meeting this afternoon with that boss you hate. It'll change your whole outlook on
Unless you're my employee.
Yeah.
Just kidding. You shouldn't be watching this shit at work. No, just kidding. But, you know, something else with, what was I going to touch on with the confidence aspect is, wait, I was going to say something and now I can't remember what it was.
It's okay. It's amazing, though.
I don't know.
But the manifestation, it's really changing. You get to decide how you want to show up every day.
Totally.
You know?
Absolutely. And I don't
forget
feel
that
confident
because the thing is, it doesn't have to be that complicated, guys.
Yeah.
We think that, you know, I mean, I teach confidence, but sometimes I'm not. Okay, but go.
I remember because when I used to be obsessed with dieting and weight loss, I would lose like 2 pounds. I'd weigh myself like 3 times a day, and I'd lose like 2 pounds. And I remember thinking, wow, I look good. And I'd like walk out, and I'd have this confidence. I'd go to the bar that night, and every guy would be hitting on me or whatever. And you know what? And then the next, I could gain a pound and then go to the bar, and I'd be like, no one's talking to me. And you know why they're not talking to you? It's not because you weigh a pound. You don't look any different than you did yesterday. It's because of the energy you're putting off. So if you tell yourself you're that confident, you're attractive, you're, you know, men or women are staring at you, you're striking. It doesn't matter. Like, you will put off that vibe. So it's so in how we carry ourselves. We forget that.
I think this is one thing that I want to touch on. I know we're going over time, but this conversation is just so good, and I love it. I think a lot of times women always put their value on whether or not the guy is responding to them, or the guy likes them, or the energy that the guy is giving them is going to reflect in their self-worth. It is all us. We decide how the relationship is going to go. We decide. We choose what we want. And I definitely can say this for both of us. When we found our partners, it was the decision that we made because we did the self-work beforehand that fixed our insecurities, our confidence, our self-love. And so it didn't matter whether or not Robin or Billy were wonderful. We knew because we knew that we required the greatness to have such great partners. And I think that's one thing that I hope women would take away.
Totally.
Like, is that it's all about what we decide.
Absolutely.
And that mindset is everything.
And doing that self-work and going with
self-work.
Yeah.
It's so much more self-work than it is this, like, I was chosen. Enough. Ugh. Anywho. All right. So let's do a sneak peek into your closet because this is what everyone wants to see.
Okay.
Okay.
There are 0 designers in here.
I know, and that's one thing I think most people would be surprised to see is that you're not really designer babe. Like you don't
I'm a cheap, quick, like
no, but the
not cheap, like
that's good though because you're not. You know, you save your money for things that are worth it. You invest in your business, your lifestyle, your self-love, your happiness. Yeah, like you don't care about the design. Like this is, I think this is. Like, I'm not a designer.
You look so freaking cute. But
Zara.
For me, Zara, yes. For me, like, I'm trying to get rid of a lot of stuff and keep those staple pieces that make me feel really good, because I don't like to have a lot of things, but at the same time, I think fashion is so important. And when we get something new that makes us feel confident, and I can walk into that room with this new outfit that makes me feel sexy or powerful, it changes everything.
Well, give me a power jacket. Maybe that some of the ladies would want to see.
Oh my goodness. So, well, I'm going to answer a question that a lot of people ask me.
Okay.
Do models get free clothes?
Oh, yes. Do models get free clothes?
So, yes and no. In most cases, no. But some of my clients will give me stuff, and I'll get to go through their old sample racks and that sort of stuff. So actually, Charlotte Russe gives me a ton of stuff. This jacket, Charlotte Russe, and I end up wearing a lot of their stuff and really love it.
It fits very well.
Yeah, it's a bomber. It's light. It's great. But I'm trying to think. Like, they've given me these two jackets, which I think are super cool. They're just like floral jackets, which are a statement.
Well, these are always of season, and they can go over anything. I love them over like a little mini dress,
cute
over jeans.
Cute.
Yeah, this is really good.
Then this little number, this is pretty crazy. This is a Zara jacket.
Ooh, I love a fringe. Oh, this is my boho heart. You give me this and like a bowler hat. If you guys know me, like you give me a hat and a scarf. Hello, this is me all day, every day.
And then I
want that.
I have a couple sequin thrift store finds in here, which I love. Like this is like, I wore this in college to like some party, and then I thought this was super cool. So these are like special occasions. I would totally rock these. I just thought they were so fun.
Oh, I love that. It's so fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Those are super fun. So I actually don't. You're seeing the colorful side of my closet, but
and then you said you have.
I'm a little OCD. The other half of my closet is.
Wait, you have this dress that you had in your Insta story like a couple of weeks ago that was like super hot. That I was like that white one that I'm like, I want to buy.
This is it. Charlotte Russe again. Everyone asks me about this.
I love that dress. That is super sexy.
So I color code my closet.
As you should.
Is that like a thing?
Yes, it is. That's how I like to organize color coding, and by sleeve length, which is key.
Oh, sleeve length.
Yeah, sleeve length, because it makes everything so much easier to find.
Amy, we have some projects.
Yeah,
it's like, don't say that.
Or you can hire me, because I do that as a styling service.
Great. That's what we'll do.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, this has been such a fun episode. I cannot thank you enough, Danika, for taking the time. And thank you guys for tuning in. I know this is a little bit of a challenge with some technical difficulties, but it's been so fun. Next week we'll be with Dana Ward. You might know her as half the part of Clever TV. She was originally executive producer. Now she's an entrepreneur and started Pre-Heals, which saves your feet from blisters. Kind of a badass thing.
I'm into that.
Yeah, right now she's killing it. So we worked together for years, and I've known her for a while, and I'm so excited to interview her in her closet. So tune in next week, same time, less difficulties, and I love you guys. StyleWithPurpose.tv. Check it out.
Bye.
Bye.